Okay, so we'll mark the overnight session start, OSS. Then we have routine. This is Asian close. Then we have 15. Then an open. The highest one between is this one. The lowest one is this one. Let me remove it. To clone it like this. Okay. Overnight high. Okay. So just looking over here, what do you have? The price just hit hard here. Okay. So there was some sort of overbought here, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is overbought plus buying climax. All right. And then finally, what we have here is the price just break through it and continue down in a very hard way. All right. We see sudden increase in volume, huge spreads, and after that, the price start rotating like this. Okay. SOT. So what do we see here? We observe SOT here. Okay. And this all SOT 1, 2, 3. Okay. One touch, second touch, third touch. All right. That's like rounding SOT. Got it?
Yeah.
And we have high significant volume here as well. And see it's close on a very high volume, you can see. Right? So this becomes buying climax. Sorry, selling climax. All right. And after selling climax, we have SOT. Okay. And then what do we have here? We have a reaction to the spring side. Okay. So we just extend it. This bar, 1, 2, 3. This becomes what? Okay, this becomes overbought, oversold of SOT. All right. So we have reaction and then the price went up. We can draw this channel like this. Okay, from SOT, we can connect these 2 points, right? So we can just merge the third point. We can also draw this. This is known as alternative use of. Do you know about this, right?
Not really.
Okay, you can also draw the channel like this if you want. All right. And you will observe this as well. Okay. All right. So we have mini oversold, right? Okay. And then this one is SOT line. We make it as dotted line, SOT. And here we have selling climax. Okay. And here we have sort of rounding SOT as well. Right?
Yeah.
So all of these conditions gives you what bias at OL, and we are where at OL. So here, of course, this one right over here is bearish bias, but right at the top. Okay, not here, not somewhere around here. Got it? And then here as well, okay? And when we have this one, bearish bias, because we did not get any reaction to this side, just straight away, this falling through ice was completed and it turned into selling climax, huge volume. Now, here we have bullish climax, okay, bullish bias at OL. Okay, got it? You have the bullish bias at OL, and here we have bearish bias. Okay, so now what we go do, we just go for this one. Okay, if this one is here, what kind of reaction would it be?
JAC.
Yeah, of course. Looking this channel and looking this whole structure, this should be JAC. Although there is some selling on the top here. Okay, there is some sort of selling around here. Okay, but overall it is JAC. Okay, if this is JAC, then what we observe here before it, this one here. Okay, the first channel here, and then we have lower high here. Got it? This should be what?
Reaccumulation.
Okay, so we have this kind of structure here. All right. Although temporarily, once the price reaches this area, because it's a high volume area, when the price reaches area, it will bounce back for a while. But then the major bias here is, bullish. We can take a short trade here for a very short term for 2 hours, but the major bias is what? Bullish. Got it? Here at this point, it will be bearish, and let's see what happens. Okay. And now this bearish bias actually did not work out because we just break through it on a very extended volume. Got it? And retest it here. So this was actually failed because we did not even get a chance to just, and we have what? Near it. Build up as well. And then high volume JAC. Got it? So in the future, this was broken. But now this is not a matter of concern right now. It will be in the future, but it will become invalid for so long, right? It won't be valid for so long, right? We will always be checking the structure now because this is overnight session now. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we have here? Now we go to the 3-minute time frame and see our entries. Okay. Now this is JAC. Okay. And as I told you, during this JAC, we go for the second high. Okay. And we go for this one here. Got it? Okay. Now this is JAC first high. The price went down. Then we have a second high. Okay. All right. And then the price went down. So this becomes what? Okay. This is a structure. Okay. This one, what do we have here? Okay. So we are in a reaccumulation phase, right? London opens right over here, right? And now
Yeah.
we also take the immediate bias into consideration. Okay. What is immediate bias here? Just draw the immediate bias here to here. Sorry. Okay. We have SOT here, right? And then after SOT, what do you have?
JAC.
JAC within the structure. This all happens before London open, right? So you have to now first we mark the major structure. Okay, this forms a major structure. A selling climax, this one before. Then we mark the microstructure. This is a major structure now. Got it? Then we find the microstructure just before Asian close. Okay, and London open. This is SOT line, right? What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, this is SOT here. So now the immediate bias would be what? You know already. Shortening of thrust, mini oversold. Okay. And after JAC, what follows?
Accumulation.
Reaccumulation. Got it. Okay. Then now you go and see. Okay. Just draw this line as a hard solid line. Okay. Now we have what? Now we just slightly go up, right? This is London open. And it's the middle of this one, right? In the middle of this reaccumulation structure. Okay. So you know that in the middle, we don't usually take the trade. Do we?
No.
No, right? So we have to wait for the price to reach this point here. Okay. And what happened once the price reached here? Okay, so our ideal entry point would be what? Hmm? Actually, you can take your trade right over here at the London Open. Okay, because all I can see here is this one, right? Right, VCB contraction pattern, volatility contraction pattern. We have a spring here. Okay, and then you can take the immediate trade with your SL here, take profit here. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, you can take the immediate trade. And as I told you that the SL is quite large here. And if you see this, the price is right over here. You can also take a 1 minute entry where it would go so far. So I don't want to go for a 1 minute entry right now. If you take the fib technique here, you can shorter further down this one, right? But fib technique will not be used here. Why? Because the price is closing here in the middle. If the price close here, then we can use the fib technique. Understand?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Then we just place our low here, just below it, and then extend it to 2R. That's it. Finish 2R. We're done with it. Got it? And now, once we end the trade, 2R, we just hit our 2R. And what we did, okay? Now the first attempt here, the price went up, failed, made an up thrust here. And then it made 2-bar reversal. Got it? Okay, 2 times. This is the point where I will place a short trade against it. Okay, why? Why we are placing short trade here? Because as I told you, there is what? There is buying climax right over here, right?
Yeah.
A very minor buying climax. And this is first higher low. So this will act as a resistance to the drop. So you should stop your trade. And if you see any kind of reaction to this side here, 2-bar reversal, you can take the short trade here. Got it? Second trade. But as I told you, our major buys would be what? Bullish. And now, obviously, I cannot take bullish in the between, right? This is the first bullish attempt. And now we have this one. Now, once we break this structure and we see this high volume commitment here, you can see this is the price. What the price is doing. All right. So price made a spring, it turned up. Okay. It turned into a spring right here, right? And now what it will do, it will test the spring, right? Test this region. What happened? The price did not made a test here. Instead, what the price did, the price just went up. Okay. The price just went up. And now the secondary test was, where would we observe a secondary test here? A second one. Okay. Higher low. Got it? And we see this kind of no demand, no supply over here. We can place a trade right over here, placing a stop loss right over here. Okay. And it's already turning into VCP pattern. Got it?
Yeah.
So if you miss this point, this third point can also be taken as a trade because it's a VCP pattern. Got it? Placing your stop loss right over here. Okay, below the last low. And then obviously our next target will be this one. Got it?
Good.
Yeah. Any question?
No.
Okay, so what was the technique here? Okay, I just summarize again. The technique here was not very difficult. What do we do? As I told you on a 15-minute time frame when I showed you, okay? Okay, on a 15-minute time frame when a major bias was bullish here, right? I told you that, okay, there is a buying climax here, okay? A small buying climax here. So obviously this is a major one, right? This is major selling climax. This is major selling climax, SOT, very huge volume. And then we have this one here, okay? But still you see that the volume is very high on this part as well, right? So there is a
Yes.
buying climax here. There is a mini buying climax here, right? So we mark it as, but our major structure, as I told you, is, okay, there is a mini buying climax here. Got it? And the third thing we notice here, okay? Okay, all right. And then when we see this kind of structure, What do? We draw the, after this, what will be our first major reaction? This one, right? Okay. And what about a test here? This one, right? Second higher low, right?
Yeah.
First higher low will make this, and this will become this one, buying climax. This will become what? Mini AR, right? This one will become what? Secondary test, lower high. Okay, obviously. And now we have a clear structure. Okay, go to a 3-minute time frame and try to find the entries now. Okay, now adjust the trend lines just to make it more accurate. Okay, what do we have now here? We have this one here, right? And as I told you, we have a major buying climax here. If you want to take a short trade, you can take a short trade, but measure the risk to reward ratio. And according to risk to reward ratio, I will not take this trade. Got it? You can take on a very, very tight node, achieving 2R. But the point is, the reward to risk ratio, the odds are very, very difficult. Right here. What do you think? Hello? Are you there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we have a mini buying climax here. We have a secondary test, and the price might upthrust here. The price might do upthrust here and then reverse, right? If you want to take a trade here, then you just take a short trade here, right? Okay, but remember that you need to exit on 2R and maximum on this level because the price might take an upthrust here and then reverse. Got it? Yeah, we did achieve 2R, but what I'm saying is better not to take this kind of trades. Got it?
Okay.
And if you want to take a trade here, for example, this one here, 1, 2, 3. This was an ideal position to take the trade. All right. Very ideal position because that's one, but it's before London Open. Right? At the London Open, we just spiked through it, and then the price went up. Now you see why the price reversed here, why this VCP pattern fails here, and then retest, and then it succeeded because of this mini buying climax. Okay, so in this situation, what I'm trying to say that you have to think whether you should take a trade or not. It's very important. But of course, if you go to the 1-minute time frame, you will find the right opportunity, maybe here, and then it will make you 2R. But again, it's a very, very risky call to take this trade. So I will not take the trade. And even if I'm taking the trade, I will make sure that I don't go for longer. Just place my SL here. I will exit right over here at 1.5. I have to exit. Got it? There's no choice because the price might make an upthrust over here. You got it?
Yep.
So I will exit at 1.5R. Okay. And then the price made an upthrust here. And we have what? We have a bearish sentiment here, right? Bearish bias here. Short-term bearish bias. Right?
Yes. Right.
Right. And then, of course, when we make an SOT here, this is the first low, this second low here. Okay. When we make an SOT here, now you can see the very clearly that if you take this trade on a London Open, you also draw the channel. Okay. It's very important if you can find one before it, the immediate channel. Although this will give you the clue, this is additional channel, but it will give you, okay, you might have to exit right over here. Now, does it make sense now? Okay.
Yes.
So if you take this trade, you take 1.5R, you're out. And now you got an upthrust here, you got mini, and then you are in the trade here. You are in the trade here. You knew that this is mini buying climax. This is first secondary test lower high, right? So the price will, this is AR, okay? This is AR. Okay, the price will come and test here, make an upthrust, okay, UT, and the price will reverse, right? You already know this information before. this pattern appeared. So you have to take 1.5 hour trade, you exited, you see that the price made an upthrust here. Okay, upthrust here, you see the structure. We also have upthrust plus what? Mini buying climax or mini overbought, right? And then what happened? The price reversed, 2-bar reversal. This is the first attempt of the upthrust, and then second attempt of thrust, and the price failed here. So obviously you cannot take your trade right over here because we don't know if you take our first target trade here, we don't have a reference point where to place our, okay, this is our point we have to place above here, okay? But I recommend, okay, but you see the volume as well, right, for the upthrust, okay? 2-bar reversal, you can take it. Test of this upthrust. So this is upthrust, got it? This becomes test of upthrust, right?
Yeah.
We can test of upthrust, okay? We did 2-bar reversal, we take this trade, our stop loss is mainly beside it, and now we have a next reference point of this one, okay? And just make it OR. Got it? Now we are done with the trade, and now exactly what happens, okay? As I told you, this was what? This was JAC. JAC occurred right over here from the structure, okay? So the price will come back and test this region. Got it? JAC. So this was actually reaccumulation structure. So this was a major reaccumulation. Okay. Okay. This was a major reaccumulation, but with minor what to say distribution. Got it?
Yeah.
And now what do we have here? Very high volume. Okay. Very high volume. Okay. The price will test this region now. Okay. High volume, as you know. Okay. We draw this first here line. Okay. We draw the first line here. Okay. The first reference point, and the price made second low, the second reference point. Okay. The point is the price did not test this region, and the third test came over here, no demand, right? We have this one, the price went back. Okay. So this is like you got a spring here, right? And this becomes the test of spring, right? You see, no supply, and then the price reversed. And then you got a test here, no demand test on this reference point. Can you see?
Yes.
Right? Okay. So you can easily take your trade right over here. You can take your trade right here or right here. It's up to you. Okay. SL is very clear that you need to place below this one. Okay. And then you just shoot your trade up 3.51. So you got 1.5 hour here, you got 2 hour here, you got 3.5 hours. So within 1 hour, okay, you got 3 entries. Again, what happened? The price just pierced through it. Okay. Test is major buying climax, minor buying climax. Okay. And the price reversed down. Okay. What kind of entry do we have here on this one? This is what? Effortless no result. Entry. 2 hour done. Got it?
Yeah.
2 hour done. And then what happened? Of course, this is major one. And what do you see here? The price just start forming a narrow range here. Okay. And the price finally broke out. And this is what you see, steady increase in volume. Can you see this steady increase in volume? This shows that this is JAC.
Yep. Right.
Okay, jump across the creek. And as you know, after jump across the creek, what you will notice? JAC. The price did not make a range, but the price will either, after JAC, the price will either come and test this region like this directly. Okay, after JAC, the price will make lower high like this and then go up. Got it? Or after JAC, the price will make reaccumulation range, a straight range. Got it? These 3 things can happen. So what happened here? The price just straight away went up, tested it out here, this reference line. And then what we got here? We have a no demand here, but it's not on the reference line. Okay. The price reversed here. What kind of this bar is? What kind of bar is this? We have no entry here. Okay. And the price went up, and then we have a no demand. Okay, then the price just made this one. Our real entry came over here. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so of course, we take a fib entry. As I told you, it's closing on the high. We take a fib entry. Our stop loss would be somewhere here. Got it? And this would be our stop. 2-1. Okay. And jump across the creek still got very high volume. Okay, so of course, when it got high volume, I need to put my reference line over here. But that's another case. Now the price is extending to New York session. Okay. Now you have to tell me what will happen during the New York session. So what happens? Now this is JAC. The price broke through overnight high now. Overnight high was here. Where was, yeah, this is overnight high. The price has already broken through overnight high. Got it?
Yep.
Right. The price has already broken through overnight high. And then what happened after breaking through overnight high, the price did not follow through. Right? What do we see? We see consistent higher volume or lower volume. Okay. See here. What do we see here? Right?
Yep.
We see consistent lower volume. So yeah, of course, 20 here. What do we see? Okay, let's suppose we have formed a JAC here. All right. And we want to draw a. But what do we see here after JAC? We see a very, very high volume on the top here. Can you see the immediate bias? Very high volume on the top here. Okay. And then the price reversed here, low volume as well. All right. So yes, we have some kind of selling commitment here, but what do we see here? So what it would be, whether it would be, what kind of situation would you call it?
VCP.
Yeah, this is VCP, but we have to know how this VCP is forming. So what I do, if you see the structure, because you have not drawn the structure, what's happening right over here, right? So you go to the 15-minute time frame. That's what I'm suggesting. Go to the 15-minute time frame. I have to remove this all. Anyways, we remove this all structure. It's not required. Right? So what do we see here? Now, when the New York opens, then you have to remove all the unnecessary structure and just keep the major one. Got it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And what is the major one here? The price makes what? This one, and it's the first higher low, right? First higher low. And after that, what we are seeing here? After that, what we are seeing here? The price just keeps on going up, right? So it's very hard to draw a channel right over here. That is not possible. But what do we see here? On a 15-minute time frame, SOT. And SOT is forming after what?
The overnight high.
Overnight high buying climax, right? So SOT is forming after this one, right? So we have an SOT which confirms the major buying climax, right? So this is the immediate bias, got it? As we see from here, and the price fails here, got it? So obviously when the price is failing here, you have to immediately go back and see why the price is falling here, why the price is going down here. Why? Because this is mini buying climax, this is SOT, so it confirms, right? So now your immediate bias would be what? Because we only take immediate bias during New York session, right? So
Yeah.
what happens? We have an SOT here. We go to the 3-minute time frame, and now what do we see here? We can, if you want to draw, we can draw the channel here, and then we got this kind of what. And now you see when you draw this channel here, right over here, you see a very high volume. Can you see?
Yeah.
This becomes what? Mini buying climax, right? Okay. And then this becomes what? AR, just mark it. This becomes what? Secondary test. And where does the London open? Sorry, New York open?
20.
20, which is right over here. Right? Okay, so we have this one, secondary test. Now we have a fixed range here. This one here. This one here. Okay. So just draw the sign specifically here. Okay. Now we have the structure here, right? The major structure. So our bias is bearish before New York open, right? And what do we see? After secondary test, we have what? UT, right? And you can see a very high volume on UT as well, right? It fails here and then goes back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then what do we see here next? Okay, we have lower high.
Lower.
Right now, if you compare from here to here, this similar level of UT and this one, this is also forming what? From your comparison, VCP pattern, which is bearish. Now, before New York open, okay, before New York open, now the price tried to spring here, but of course, we are in what trade? We are in bearish bias. Okay, and we do not have any kind of major, what to say, selling climax, buying climax here. So this could not be taken as a positive sign. This spring, this will fail. Got it?
Yep.
This will fail. Why? Because the bias is bearish. Okay, the bias is bearish. The long-term bias will become bullish from where? From what point? From this point, where this JAC here, right? From this point, in the long term, the bias will become bullish, right? From this reference line, right?
Yes.
So of course, from right now, we have enough room, and here the bias is still bearish. It will become bullish right over here at this reference point. Okay, so what we do? The London opens right over here, so it goes up. Okay, it breaks down. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, and we see we break down here, slight increase in volume. Okay, 3-minute, you can see increase in volume here, bearish volume. Okay, although it fails here and then it goes back up again and then it comes down. Okay, so it confirms that there is falling through wise is confirmed here. And then when the London opens right over here, okay, what do we see here? The price goes up, rejects immediately, goes down. Right?
Yep.
Now, this one here, you notice this bar here. This bar here. What is it?
No demand.
No demand. And this bar here, at first no result. This bar here, I could not see any kind of situation here, right? So yes. Yeah. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. The second time, we have a short position right over here as well. After no result. Okay. Our stop loss would be last major high. If you want to take another trade, that's another trade. 4 point this one. Got it? And of course, when you see this news, and if you're already in the trade, you should close it. Once you see this bar is closed right over here with heavy news, you should close it. Right? And of course, when the news comes here, okay, we have a huge volume here, and we are near the reference point. So of course, what we will see here?
Selling climax.
selling climax, and this is selling climax from here. Okay, this selling climax from here, because if we join, now once we are done with the trade, okay, and we can join this part here, then we can observe that we do have a selling climax right over here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we do have a selling climax here, and plus it's also coming on this point because this was JAC, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's again testing this region because the long-term bias was bullish. Okay, right? So remember that. So we only take the immediate bias. Now at 8:30, 9 o'clock, once we are here, now 9 o'clock, we extend this line here. So here we have what bias? Because this was JAC from here, and then this was, FTI from here, and it was selling climax from here, right? FTI from this main channel, selling climax here. So,
Yeah.
okay, so we have two ways action here. Very simple. At 9 o'clock, once the price opens here near this one. Okay, the price has already reached here. We are very near the channel. If you want to take a trade, then you would have to take the trade right over here, but we are not at the reference point. So I'll skip it. What happens? The price makes a new high here, right? This is this is a new high. This then an open. Yeah, if this 9 o'clock was open right over here, then I would take the trade and make my target here, right? But it opened in the middle, right away. It's already too low, right? So if I take this trade, the price might come here, take my stop loss because we are not at the reference point. So I will not take this trade. Now I will wait for the price to just come back and test this buying climax. So it's selling climax and just go all the way up to the upside, 2R. And of course, as I told you, it's a very huge bar. We can take the entry in this point. So just take the trade. Got it?
Yeah.
Close it right over here, 2R. That's it. And of course, we can just extend it. You can see every time the price comes here. Now the price will finally broke through it. Why? Because you can see now as the price is going up here again, what it is forming, VCP pattern. And finally, we have again the high volume here. Break it. Okay. Done now?
Yeah.
So I hope your question is solved now. Your query is solved now. Okay. Do watch this video again and try to understand it. Okay. I will send you the recorded video.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Okay. So you have to go now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Bye-bye.